I just wish to issue a slight correction. The title of my speech is Sleep. What is it good for? Turns out sleep is good for a lot of things, although I'm not exactly sure the mechanism by which sleep benefits us. Unfortunately, I am bad at sleeping. It's not that I don't like sleeping. I really enjoy it. Dreams can be fun. Sometimes they're weird. Sometimes they're a little scary. I also like feeling well rested after I've had a good night of sleep. But I just don't get enough. If you look at my Fitbit data, you'll see 4 hours, 3.5 hours, 4.5 hours. I know it's important. It's good for your health. It's good for your psychological state, but I am undisciplined. I'm one of those people who's late to bed, kind of early to rise, really late to bed, sometimes pretty early to rise. Since I had children, I never really slept in since then, so I can't really sleep in past 7:30. I heard an interesting term recently, revenge bedtime procrastination. The idea behind revenge, I don't know exactly who you're getting revenge on. Are you getting revenge on yourself? I think you're getting revenge on the world, the things that the world needs you to do. Inside, you feel this imperative, this insistence. I must get these things done. Or maybe it's just, I want to do these things and my day is going to end. Why do we not feel comfortable postponing them till the morning? Those things will still be there in the morning. I have a hypothesis about this. It might be a sort of fear of death. When I was in freshman chorus at St. John's, we sang a song called Tod und Schlaf, and I apologize for murdering the German here. Tod ist ein langer Schlaf, Schlaf ist ein kurzer Tod. Anyway, sleep is a longer sleep. Death is a longer sleep, and sleep is a shorter death. So maybe we're afraid that we go to bed and that person that we were throughout the day is just going to die. And then it's going to be some other person who takes over for us the next day. That's my hypothesis about why we don't want to sleep. Well, one reason. Have you ever noticed that babies, they don't want to go to sleep? If you put a baby down to sleep, the baby just cries and cries and cries. Eventually, they just wear themselves out and yeah, they fall asleep. There's also a kind of a joy of sleep deprivation, kind of a feeling of like, oh, there's this great intensity of that feeling. Everything I'm doing is imbued with this seriousness, and because I lost my judgment, I'm putting it into a much more significance of the actions that I'm doing. If I get a good night's sleep, I wake up and I'm way more chill. But I kind of enjoy that feeling of meaning. At any rate, I am resolved to improve my sleep. How am I going to do that? I think the biggest step is to become more mindful. Meditation, spending time without inputs. I've talked about going for runs without any audio. That's a really good way to get my mind into a state where I'm not flitting from topic to topic. I'm not requiring more and more stuff. But just straight up meditation is also good, going for walks, whatever it is, you got to get those screens away from you. You got to get those inputs away from you early, maybe 8 o'clock. Put the screens away, don't look at them anymore. Here's the bad one for me. Because I am a home coffee roaster, limit the caffeine. Not too much caffeine, no caffeine at all after 3 p.m. It's so yummy. It just feels right to have a cup of coffee after dinner, but no, don't do that. And then get your stuff done early. Get it all done in the morning. Try to do all the significant stuff in the morning. And then in the afternoon, do things that are more strategic, that don't have a deadline attached to them, so that you don't feel like you're racing and crunching to get it all done at night. Another thing you can do is just give up. Say, it's okay, I released these tasks. I'm just not going to do them. I'm not going to worry about them anymore. Embrace the joy of being well rested instead of the joy of sleep deprivation. So here's my call to action. Everybody, because I think it's pretty universal. Most Americans are sleep deprived. Maybe not as sleep deprived as I am, but they are sleep deprived. Start valuing your sleep. Be more mindful. Get those inputs away from you in the early evening. Get a lot of exercise. That's not something I really have to increase. I exercise all the time, but if you get good exercise early in the day, not too late, then you will be more prepared to sleep in the evening. Find a good routine for going to bed and settling down. Oh, and here's one thing I didn't mention before, but this is really useful. It turns out you can trick yourself into getting more sleep by getting up super early, and then you get more tired in the evening. So let's do all these things and let's sleep together. I mean, not together, but let's all resolve to sleep. Thank you.